forecast. It was a warm day, plus also you might have seen some of those passing showers and those thunderstorms still continuing to track some of those. The coastal spots looking good at this time. However, our inland areas, a different story, talking about Wash and Clark County, and as we continue to move more up north. So this is going to start to head on down. Also a pretty active look on our radar too, with all of those lightning strikes. And right now those numbers over 400, so about 480 strikes just in the past 30 minutes. So you're probably hearing it, you're probably seeing it. And in case you are in Atmore or Bay Minette, this is heading your way. The latest timing on this, it's moving at over 20 miles per hour. And so we're expecting to get it near Bay Minette just a little bit before 10:30. So if you have anything outdoors, may want to go ahead, bring it inside, because this does contain some of those gustier winds within it. But then also you are going to be hearing those skies rumble up with some of that thunder. Now for the next 24 hours, we're going to be staying mild, but then heading on into tomorrow, we're bumping up. We're going to be getting warm once again for our daytime highs. And as we take a look at our headlines, heading further on into tonight, patchy fog possible with our mild temperatures. For your Sunday forecast, we're staying hot and we're staying humid. More thunderstorms in the forecast. We'll have all the timing on that. Plus also we're keeping an eye on the Gulf with the tropics. All of those details, and we'll even run through a model coming up soon. Bob.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Lovely Jennifer Lambert this morning. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning, Gianni. Happy Sunday morning to everyone else out there too. And I'm doing well because so far we're starting off dry for our Sunday morning. A great look to it, but in case you've stepped outside, you might be feeling that humidity. Something that's really going to be playing a part in today's forecast. But again, just starting off with some of those clouds, some sunshine in some spots, but a good look so far to your Sunday morning. Those temperatures were on the mild side. We're seeing those lower to mid 70s in a lot of areas, 75 in Pensacola, 72 in Mobile, and then also 76 in Destin to start off your morning. Heading further on into today, though, we're going to start to see that heat and humidity start to introduce some of those showers and thunderstorms, but more importantly, that heat index. Those feel like temperatures. We're going to be warming up into the 90s for our daytime highs, but we're going to be feeling much warmer. Triple digits is what it's going to be feeling like by the time we make it onto the afternoon, even by 11 a.m. Already feeling about 101. Now heading further on into today, make sure you're taking plenty of breaks and also staying hydrated. But coming up in just a little bit, I'll have a full look at your futurecast, what you can expect for the day, and also we'll take a look at the tropics. Gianni.
And Jennifer, thanks.
Sunday forecast temperatures out there right now, 72 in Mobile, 75 in Pensacola, seeing that sunshine in both places. Now those dew points near 70 degrees. Luckily, this feels like right on the dot, but once we start to see our temperatures increase heading on into this afternoon, it's going to be feeling hot, and it's going to be feeling hot quickly. So make sure you're taking plenty of breaks of spending time outdoors. They're going to be seeing some of that sun. Just make sure that you are staying hydrated through it. Now, checking out our futurecast, we're starting off this morning mostly cloudy. This is going to continue later on into your Sunday morning. So by 10 a.m. and then also taking it towards noon by lunchtime. Looking good so far. But then around this time, that's when we're really going to start to look at that heat starting to cause some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So we may not be seeing them on our futurecast just quite yet, but they could be forming around that time. Just something to keep in mind. These are going to be very hit or miss throughout the entirety of your day, just like we've been seeing for the past couple of days. So something to keep in mind. May just want to go ahead and keep that umbrella handy, because by 3 p.m. we're starting to see a lot more of these beginning to pop on up. And then also those heavy downpours, that frequent lightning, and also those gusty winds very possible within all of these. Now, as we make it further on into your day, we're starting to see a lot of those for just about west of I-65, but they're still possible elsewhere, especially heading later on into your Sunday evening, getting to around 6 and 7, starting to see elsewhere. A lot of these picking up, even more possible heading on into your Sunday night and into the overnight hours for the Panhandle. For your full day planner, though, by 8 a.m. we're going to be in the mid 70s, and by noontime we're going to be in the upper 80s, but it's easily going to be feeling like the triple digits by this point, so feeling like 100 degrees. That's going to continue on into your afternoon, when also we start to see more of those scattered thunderstorms picking up, but those daytime highs lower 90s for today. Now we're taking a look at the tropics. Not something we want to talk about, especially since we're only in mid-June. Nothing active right now, but we are keeping a close eye on this area right here just near the Bay of Campeche. Now, something to keep in mind with this, 5 days. That's what we're looking at, that 50% chance. These numbers going up from what we saw yesterday. And so by the end of the week, Thursday or Friday, we could potentially have a tropical depression forming. But keep in mind, it's still early in the season. If we get anything, and potentially in the Gulf during this time, just looking at something that could be a rainmaker. Now, models are in agreement of something forming, but as to where it goes, well, we need that center low first. So we're just going to have to keep a close eye on that by the end of the week. And the next name would be Bill. Now, here locally, our beaches are looking a lot better. We're starting to see those daytime highs in the upper 80s. Rip current risk is going to be low to moderate in some places, so most likely going to be seeing those yellow flags. Better conditions for the week ahead, but that UV index very high. Don't forget the sunscreen. And then that chance of rain at 50%, mainly just looking at some showers, mainly in the afternoon. Now for your full 7-day outlook, 40% shower chances for today. Heading further on into the week, mostly sunny skies emerging. So we're still going to be seeing some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms, but those chances are continuing to go down. We're staying hot. And then also looking ahead towards next week, going to be keeping a close eye on our Saturday and our Sunday forecast. Gianni. Again, and as we take a look at radar, mainly just seeing some of those mostly cloudy skies out there to start off your day, but also those mild temperatures and those dew points are on the rise, especially with that humidity factoring into this. It's going to be feeling warm by the time we make it into this afternoon. Taking a look at our inland spots, we're going to be seeing those 90s across the whole Gulf Coast, but it's going to be warmer in case you are in any of our inland areas, mainly seeing those mid-90s for our daytime highs. Zooming in closer towards Mobile and Baldwin County, seeing a lot of those lower to mid-90s, so Calvert 96 degrees. And then as you head closer towards those beaches, still in the upper 80s for our daytime highs. Now, as we move on over towards the Panhandle, those 90s will continue, but Century and Jay, again, those inland spots, much warmer, but heading towards Pensacola, still looking at daytime highs possible in the 90s. Now with that humidity, it's going to be feeling a lot warmer here, even by 11 a.m. already feeling like the triple digits, and that's going to continue on into the afternoon and also your evening. Make sure you're taking plenty of breaks if you're spending time outdoors, and also stay hydrated. It's going to be hot out there, nothing to take lightly. Now for our futurecast, are we going to get any showers to help cool things down just a little bit? Well, there are going to be some out there. It's going to be like what we've been seeing for the past couple of days, though. Very hit or miss. So running through late morning and also around lunchtime, we're mainly just seeing those mostly cloudy skies. Going to start to see some of those getting bigger. We're going to start to see some tall clouds out there. Also looking a little bit on the gray side. That's when also we're going to start to see some of those showers and thunderstorms beginning to form, mainly from that daytime heating. When it gets hot, we have these pop-up showers and thunderstorms mainly coming in for the second half of the day, but continuing on into your evening. Now, some of these do have the potential to have some of those heavy downpours, that frequent lightning, and also some gusty winds within them. So make sure you bring anything inside just in case you do find yourselves in one of these, but even going to continue further on into your Sunday night, especially for the Panhandle. Now we're keeping a close eye on the tropics. We have a little area in the southern Gulf that over the next 5 days has a 50% chance of developing. By the end of the week, we could potentially have a tropical depression in the Gulf. Now that 5 days, mainly just in the time frame, 5 days, looking to be more likely. A lot of models are leaning towards this. However, we're still early in the season. Something to keep in mind could just be a rainmaker and also just some flooding concerns for some areas of the Gulf. We'll continue to keep you updated. Just please be careful what you find on social media. Make sure it is from a verified source. Now for your beach flags today, yellow flags is what we have flying, but don't worry, in case you're visiting our beaches, we do have low rip current risks in the forecast just coming in during the week, and also by Thursday could potentially see those bump on up. For your full 7-day outlook, though, 40% showers and thunderstorms for today. We're staying hot. We're seeing those 90s continue, mostly sunny skies, though. Just a little bit of clouds as we make our way further into the week. And then heading on into next weekend, that's when we could see our rain chances really start to bump up and those temperatures staying in the mid-80s. Gianni.
Jenna.
Well, luckily for the good news is that we're going to be starting off your day with sunshine, Gianni, especially here in Mobile. 72 degrees, 75 in Pensacola. more sun as you head towards the coast. Winds right now calm, but those dew points going to be feeling on the muggy side. As we make it our way further on into today, we're going to be seeing our daytime highs maxing out about in the lower 90s. But by the time we make it to that point too, we're easily going to be feeling like we are in the triple digits. And that's going to be around noontime too. So any lunch plans, may want to move them inside or sit in the shade, especially stay hydrated heading further on into today. Now checking in on the tropics, keeping an eye on an area in the southern Gulf right there. 5-day chances, 50%. Looking at the potential for a tropical depression to form by the end of the week. We'll keep a close eye on it, but don't worry, we're in June. We're still early on in the season, so we'll continue to keep you updated here. But for your beach forecast, upper 80s is going to be a moderate rip current risk, something to just keep an eye on. Be careful in the waters. Also heed those flag warnings and keep an eye on the lifeguards. Now for your full 7-day outlook, rain shower chances for today, 40%. It's going to be a little bit wet out there, very hit or miss by the time that we make it into the afternoon. We're also staying warm in the 90s, but make sure that heat indice, yeah, triple digits right there. So make sure you're staying hydrated, take plenty of breaks. By midweek, starting to see more of that sunshine emerge, mostly sunny skies, but also we're staying hot. Those 90s still continuing, and even by next week, keeping a close eye on those rain chances, especially by Friday and Saturday. Still a little bit subject to change, especially as we continue to keep a close eye on the tropics there. So about 30 to 40%.
Definitely bringing the heat here.
Oh yes, bringing the heat.
Make sure you wear your sunscreen, lots of deodorant too, because it's going to be humid.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you for joining us this Sunday on Fox 10 News. I hope you have a lovely Sunday and a great work week.
Showers and thunderstorms along with the tropics in your forecast. Could potentially have something forming in the Gulf. But don't worry, all the details on what you can expect coming up.
The CDC.
Something to keep an eye on. Meteorologist Jennifer Lambers in tonight for Matt. She's been watching the latest models. Jen, what are you seeing?
Yeah, exactly. So what we're continuing to keep an eye on is something that could potentially form just in the southern Gulf. So again, near the Bay of Campeche by the end of the week. So this could be a tropical depression by the time that we make it into Thursday or Friday. Now, not trying to scare anyone out there. We're still early in the season. This is June. We're early on, not expecting what we saw in 2020. So what we could expect for the week ahead is just a rainmaker, something to bring some more rain to the Gulf Coast. And that could extend anywhere from Texas all the way to the Panhandle. This is still pretty far out and not expected until, again, by the end of the week. And that's when we'll start to get a better idea of where it's heading. But there's actually two areas that we're keeping an eye on. That first one just off the South Carolina coast, and that other one just down in the Gulf. Now, those chances of development, 50% over the next 5 days. So it's looking more likely to form by the end of the week, keeping a close eye on it. But if it does form and if it does turn into that tropical storm, the next name on our list would be Bill. But coming up in just a little bit, I'll have a full look at the models and what we're keeping an eye on there, plus also what you can expect to begin your work week. Lee.
All right, thanks, Jen. Back over to meteorologist Jennifer Lambers. Jen, just an interesting forecast all around on all fronts tonight.
Exactly. We have so many things going on in this forecast. I almost feel like I don't have enough time to talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about what we saw earlier today. This is going to be quite the radar loop here. You can start to see all of those storms that we move through around 4 and 5 o'clock with that daytime heating pretty active out there. Maybe you saw some hail, got some reports of it near Coden and also Grand Bay, and then also some up near Cottage Hills. So just something that we saw move on through. We did have that risk for today, and that still will continue heading further on into the week with some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms. But luckily that threat's still going down by the time we make it further on into your work week. But for today's daytime highs, it was warm out there. We saw our daytime highs maxing out in those upper 80s, but mainly the lower to mid 90s in a lot of places. Mobile 91, but Pascagoula, Evergreen 96, Crestview 97. But what this doesn't account for is that humidity. Those feel like temperatures out there feeling easily like 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what we actually saw. So those triple digits easily is what it felt like heading further on into your afternoon around lunchtime in case you were outside. Some of those showers are a little bit on the refreshing side if you did see any of those. But heading further on into this evening, we're going to start to see some of that rain activity subside. Just some mix of clouds heading further on into your night. Starting off for your Monday, we're staying dry. A great look if you're heading out to work, but then heading further on into your afternoon. We're still going to be seeing some peaks of sunshine, but then the chance for some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms still possible, mainly for the second half of the day. Taking into account, again, that daytime heating factor, making it further on into the afternoon and the evening, that's when we're going to start to see more of those have the potential to pop on up. But for your 24-hour heat index, it's still going to be hot heading on into tomorrow. Those daytime highs in the 90s, feels like temperatures triple digits once again, and that's going to be by lunchtime. By 10 a.m., already feeling like 97 degrees. If you're spending time outdoors, take plenty of breaks, drink plenty of water, and take it serious. That's all I can ask you to do. It's going to be feeling hot out there again for your Monday. Now, keeping a close eye on the tropics, this little area right here over the next 5 days, 50% chance of development. By the end of the week, we could have a tropical depression forming. So let's go ahead and run our futurecast back towards then. This is going to be Wednesday, so going through the rest of the week, this is when we start to see just a little bit of development towards the Bay of Campeche, so the southern area of the Gulf. And then by Friday, starting to see a little bit more of development. Now with this is only one model. This is going to be the European model, much better performing than the GFS. Something to keep in mind, that was the worst performing model, but the one that keeps going around on social media because it always starts to show some of those menacing storms by the end of the week. It's the one I want to keep a close eye on, just right here. It looks disorganized. It's not looking that great. Granted, it's still early. This is until Friday. We're pretty far out from this. And right now, it just looks like it's going to be a rainmaker. If it forms in anything, it's going to be weak. Just bring some rain to the Gulf Coast, but still far out. Just be careful where you're getting your information from. We'll continue to keep you updated here on Fox 10 News, but this shows by the weekend, just starting to see some precipitation from this. Just some rain showers, possibly some possible flooding towards the coastal spots. We'll continue to keep you updated here. And again, still far out. We need that thing to get a center low before we can even truly track it. In case you're heading towards the beaches tomorrow, upper 80s, that rip current risk low, much better, but that chance of rain, gonna have to dodge some of those showers. But don't worry if you're heading on down towards our coastal spots, looking better in the long range, especially by midweek. Mostly sunny skies, those rain chances dropping, but it is staying hot. And then taking a closer look towards next weekend, that's when we could see some tropical effects here, but keeping a close eye on next weekend's forecast. Lee.
All right.